Welcome to Trade and Business with DBA. In this channel, we teach you how to trade to make money so that you can invest in your Kingdom Self business. So what's our objective? Really, our objective is simple, okay? We want to develop kingdom entrepreneurs, people that will develop a business in line with the assignment. What's the assignment? The assignment God has given to you. We believe that God has specially built you for an assignment to impact humanity, an assignment to solve a problem in the world, an assignment to balance the disequilibrium of the universe, okay? And God knew you before you were born and created you specially for that purpose. And therefore, he puts some special talents. He puts what we call seed. He puts seed in you, and he said you should go ahead and be fruitful. But in order to be fruitful, one, you have to recognize the seed, you have to recognize the assignment, and you have to develop yourself for that assignment and pursue that assignment for the rest of your life. In this way, you are going to build a business, because pursuing an assignment is a business. You are doing business in partnership with God, and therefore you have to invest in developing your skills. Find out what skills you need for that assignment, develop that skills, and use that skills to pursue the assignment. Yeah? In doing so, you're going to develop a business. You could start small, but don't undermine the days of small beginnings. It can turn out to be a great business. Most businesses we have seen, even the biggest businesses around, most of them started this way. They got an inspiration of what God is asking them to do. They realize they recognize the seed that God has put inside them. That's your skill, your natural talent, or your gift, or whatever you call it. I love to call it and just your endowment. That's why I love to call it. I love to call it endowment, because it encompasses more than just your talent or gift. It encompasses the circumstances, your environment, everything. God put them in place for a purpose. He say he knows the end from the beginning, and his thoughts towards us is good for us to be led to that expected end. So God has an expected end for you, and therefore it deposits those qualities in you, which I call endowments. And those endowments are in a raw form. They are in a seed form. When you look at an apple tree, it started as a seed form, okay? Until you plant it, you water it, you cultivate it, then it can become an apple tree to produce fruit for people to use. And that's exactly what God has done to each and every one of us. Over 8 billion people on earth today. That's what God has done to us. He put a seed in us to produce fruits to serve humanity. You serve your family, you serve yourself, you serve your family with that fruit, and of course, you also have excess to serve humanity. And that is why we created this channel especially for you to be able to, for some people that are saying, hey, I have little money and I want to know how to multiply the money. So this particular topic today is to channel how to multiply the money, and we're going to be talking about trading in stock market. It's an introductory stage, so we're going to go in depth in it as we go along. But because today is so special, and I'll tell you why today is so special, that's why I want to touch on the stock market straight off. Instead of we are skipping all the introduction and all that, and we're going straight into the stock market today. So what's our goal? Our goal is to help you to make money, to keep the money, and to be able to pass that money to the next generation. Okay? In making money, we will be talking about the easy income generator methods. For everyone, God give you an income generation method. That might not be your assignment. It's just that God wants to give you a source of income so that you can use that income to fulfill your assignment. And God bless the work of your hand in that business you are doing so that you can invest that in the other business, the other assignment, the main assignment God has given you. So sometimes you don't know why you are being blessed. It was difficult for me to understand then, but as I grew up to understand my assignment, then I understand that the reason why God is blessing other works of my hand is because God wants me to use that wealth to invest in this assignment. And this assignment, my presence before you today is part of this assignment. It's in fulfilling the assignment God has given to me to empower people to be the best in their domain and dominate the world in it. That's the purpose of Kingdom Self Business. So we're going to be teaching various income generation methods. We're going to be teaching entrepreneurship. How can you become an entrepreneur? How can you develop your own business? Hey, people, if you have not developed your own business, you have not started. You might be working for people, you might be working in an organization, you might be a director, whatever you call it. One day you're going to retire, okay? And what are you going to do? Watching movie and traveling all over the world? That's not the best. The best thing is to start investing in your Kingdom Self business, in the assignment God has called you to do. While you are at your job or while you are at your various small businesses or anything you are doing right now to create income, so that you can reinvest this into your Kingdom Self business, okay? And thereby you're going to become eventually an entrepreneur. Everybody is going to become an entrepreneur. So, everybody is not created to become an entrepreneur. Well, you might not call it entrepreneurship, but some way or the other, you are an entrepreneur. Even if it's non-profit, you still have this entrepreneurial skills to be able to run a non-profit organization very well. So no matter what you call it, you need to develop your skills as an entrepreneur. Okay? And we're going to teach you how to keep the wealth. How to keep the wealth is one of the things we want to talk about today. How to keep the wealth. No, not today. We're going to be talking about how to keep the wealth in some other time. Today, we want to talk about how to multiply or make the wealth. Okay? And so we'll be looking at various investment portfolios to keep the wealth. And we're going to be talking about how to pass the wealth to next generation, which is generational wealth portfolios. There we'll be talking about life insurance and incorporation, trust, and so on. So let's move on today. Just to let us know, there are various investment portfolios we're talking about. Our method or our style, this is unique to us, by the way. You might not see these exact percentages in other places. This is very unique to Kingdom Self Business or Trade and Business channel. Okay, so we advocate from income you make, you pay your tithe, whether it's personal income or business income, pay your tithe. Your tithe is 10%. Pay your tithe either to your local church or to your to any organization that is serving your spiritual needs. Okay, so pay your tithe so that they can continue to do the work. Okay, and from the balance left, which is the 90% left, so I equate that to 90% minus bills. After you have paid your bills, you have some money left. Whatever you have left, let's take that one as 100%. You are going to invest this is not, it's not fixed. You can alter the percentages. This is just like an example, okay? Generational income. I mean, to create income, like we're going to talk about today, multiply your money 20%, reserve 20% for Kingdom Self Business. If you don't know your Kingdom Self Business, which I know a lot of people don't know your Kingdom Self Business, you can still put the money in one of these other portfolios, okay? One of these other portfolios, okay? Actually, income generation is what you do to make income. For example, I have various businesses I've invested in, various, I can call it small to medium sized businesses. which are generating income for me on a passive level. So though I still become active in them sometimes, but I'm trying to get myself to be 100% passive in this one, in those income generation businesses. And of course, I have my Kingdom Self business, which is what I'm doing today. It's my Kingdom Self business. And I put 20% in that. I put 20% in the stock market, 20% in real estate, 5% in other people. You invest in other people. Maybe you have a young man or woman that's talented, that wants to go extra mile, want to expand the business. You can invest 5% of the remaining in them. Of course, 5% invest in your family members. And oh, this is repeated, I'm sorry. And you invest 5% in yourself. You can buy yourself a good gift from time to time, and 5% for self-development. So if you don't want a gift right away, you can put 10% into self-development, especially when you're just starting. When you're just starting, you might need to put at least 10% of the balance of your income after you have paid your tithe and you have paid your bills, 10% of it to self-development, because that's what's going to develop your mindset. It's going to develop your mindset. So you need to invest in that. Invest in conferences, invest in courses, in audio tapes and all that, so you can build yourself. Books, very important. I use books as my major self-development strategy. So, but like I told you, today is so important, so we're going to go straight to stocks today. In subsequent lessons, we shall be teaching fundamentals of stock trading. But because the market is so interesting today, that's why I want to go into stocks, okay, for the next few minutes. So in some subsequent episodes, we'll be talking about how to start from the beginning, investing in stock market. So let's go straight today. Okay, I took this screenshot like when 12:43. I took 12:43. See, why did I say the market is so interesting today? Because when the market falls, okay, that's the best time to buy. People are selling based on news, based on the news this morning. The job data was disappointing. Because of that, people start selling. So in the stock market, there's a lot of panic selling. Okay, panic selling. So, and usually one of the best ways to invest or trade, let me not put it like that, because whether you are investing or trading, still the best way is to wait for the market to fall. Don't be anxious. Wait for the market to fall and buy. That you can buy stocks. Okay. Usually for beginners, I say, hey, just invest, just stick to the ETFs. The ETFs are the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, the Dow 30 companies, the small caps. Those are the four major ones I do. Okay, though I invest in some individual stocks. So if you don't understand those individual stocks, do not try to invest in them. Because when you invest in S&P 500, Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and the small cap, you probably covered most of those individual stocks. Okay, we'll be talking about details about ETF later, but because this market is so interesting today, so let's say, hey, let's just talk about what's going on in the market today. So as at 12:43 p.m. Eastern Time, when I took this screenshot, okay, you see the market was down early this morning. Okay, market was down. S&P 500. I used SPY as my ETF for S&P 500. Okay, so look at what happened. It was as low. It fell as low as 528. So it was between 528, it stayed between 528 and 530 for a while. And what did I do? I was just buying. That's why I couldn't. I had no time to talk about it. But very soon we'll be doing it some live events where people that join our group will be able to join the market live, and we'll trade together. Okay, we're working towards that. Like I told you, this is our very first video of trade and business. So let's go. Okay, so as at 12:43, okay, the market has climbed. The S&P 500 climbed to 532. So let's see what S&P is doing now. Let's see. Let's see what's doing now. Okay. I'm going to stop this slideshow for a minute. And we're going to go to the market and see what the market is doing, okay? So right now, yeah, it's falling back again, okay? So if you are a day trader, you probably sell when S&P 500 was 533, like I showed you at 12:43 p.m. Eastern Time. But now the market has fallen again. But I'm not a day trader. I'm a kind of more of an investor and a swing trader, okay? So I know that S&P 500 usually climb very fast. So within a week, you might see S&P 500 getting back to like the 548, 550 range. In that case, I can sell if I want to sell. Okay, we can look at the years. Okay, as S&P 500 performed in the last 20 days. Let's say in the last 20 days. Okay, you can see just even not too long, S&P SPY was 555. So in many cases, I target, if you buy at 530 and you sell at 555, what is that? You need 55,000 to say you buy 100 shares, okay? You need 55,000. Let's call it 60,000, right? You have 60,000 in your account. So 555 minus 530. Okay, supposing you buy at an average of 530, right? Early this morning when the market was really down. So you have 25. And if you multiply that by 100 stocks, that's 2,500. And you divide that by your portfolio account of 60,000, that will give you 4.2%. And usually we target 1% per day. So 1% per day, 5% per week. So I'm hoping that by next week, Friday, S&P, if you say 5% per week, that means I'm expecting S&P from 530 to climb to 5% to be 1.05, right? To climb to 556 by next week, Friday. It's okay. So I put my target as 556. Okay. Yeah, you don't, our advice, do not use margin account. You might have a margin account. I always encourage people to have a margin account. We'll talk about margin account. I know some people will say, what is margin account? We'll talk about that. It's always good to have a margin account, but in this kind of trade, do not use those margin. Make sure it is cash you have. Why? Why do I say that? Because the market can fall more than this, more than it has fallen. And if you use margin account, I don't want to tell you about my sad experiences today. And this is the reason why I'm doing this, because I've had so many sad experiences with the stock market. but I've had very good experiences as well. So, and I've learned from my sad experiences, just like I'm telling you now, I do not want you to make those mistakes. So my goal is to make sure that you, my viewers, my followers, don't make the same mistake I've made. So that's why I'm saying, do not use your margin, the margins in this one. Don't borrow money. That's what it means. Don't borrow money for this one. Make sure it's the cash you have in the account. Okay. But if you're an experienced trader, that is, you are not a beginner, you know what you are doing, then you can borrow money, but don't borrow too much. Okay. I borrowed a little money for today's trade because I'm experienced, I'm sophisticated. So if you are sophisticated and you know what you are doing, then you can go ahead and borrow money. Like me now, I know S&P, it will be hard. If S&P falls to 500, if S&P falls to by 20% from high, so the high of S&P, I think, was around, I'm not sure what it is. Let's see. The high of S&P in the last 20 days was 566, right? 565. So if S&P fall by 20%, that is 565 times 0.8. So S&P becomes 452. You know we are almost at recession. Okay. So I'll target that. I will target 30% usually. So 565 times 0.7, 395. So I'll make sure that I have enough funds to cover even if S&P decide to drop by 30%, and which is not likely because, like, if you have been following the markets, most of the quarterly earnings calls have been very good. Over 70% of companies have reported good results. Even the mighty seven, the mighty seven, the Apple, Amazon, Nvidia, Google, Tesla. Who else is the mighty seven now that I've not mentioned? Meta, of course, and Microsoft. Okay. Most of them have reported good results. I think the only one that was a bit disappointing was Amazon, and it was still good. They just fell short a little bit, was still good. Okay. So most of them have reported increased performance. There's every indication that the economy is doing very well. It's just a job report this morning, which is nothing, and that's why you become sophisticated. Most of the indication shows that there's no sign of recession. The market is booming, just one kind of news that's making all the market fall today. So what do? You buy, and that is where I would say, let me share my screen again, okay? So market is falling back to 530 right now. So I mean, you can still, it's 529. It's falling back to the lowest of the day. So if you still have money, buy. So, and this is why I say, always have cash in reserve. Always have cash in reserve. That's why if the market is high, I sell. I sell some of my portfolio. I trim. Let me put it like that. I trim so I can have cash. So where do you put the cash? Well, Think and Swim, which is Swab, they don't give you interest on your cash. So I rather put my interest in my money probably in Robinhood, that gives you 5% on the cash you don't use to trade, or put it in. Right now, a lot of savings accounts are giving you up to 5% on high yield savings accounts. So I put my money in there as well. And one of the notable places I put my money is cash value life insurance. Put my money in cash value life insurance. So in cash value life insurance, whenever you need the money, you get it. Whenever you need it, you get it. You know, just call and they wire to you the second day or the third day maximum. You know, so I kind of distribute my cash, the cash I'm not using between these portfolios. You know, just make sure that your money is generating something. You know, I think right now, if you have cash, the minimum the cash should generate for you with the high interest rate period that we have is 5%. Whatever portfolio you're putting in, it must generate 5%. You know, and you want a portfolio where you can easily access the cash anytime you want. So like today, when the market is down, you can access that cash and use it to buy stocks, because today, within the next 1 week, you can make 5%. The 5% they're going to give you in a year in those savings, you can make it within a week if you invest in stock today. You see what I mean? You know, and when the market goes high, you can trim it, take off the cash again, put it in those high yield value. My high value cash value life insurance gives me an average of 7 to 10%. 7 to 10%. On the low level, 7%. On the higher level, about 10% in a year. Sometimes some years at 0. I'm just saying the average. You know, sometimes when a year like is it 2022 that the oil market was down, yeah, I got 0%. I don't lose money. I got 0%. You know, but on the average, on the upper level, I get about 14%. So on the average, it's about between 7 and 10%. So, and I can call for the money anytime. So, like, I knew things are happening in the market, so I've taken money, put the money in high yield savings account, so that whenever I need the money, I can just put it to buy stock right away, same day. That's it. And that's what I've done today. So I just want us to be, and this is what we call, this is stock trading, stock investment and trading. So investment is when you buy and you don't sell for over a year. That's according to IRS classification, right? IRS definition. And you're a trader, you sell the stocks within a year, but it doesn't matter. Whenever you see, I prefer both investing and trading. So I don't sell off everything on my portfolio. No, I just trim. I trim and I use part of the money. So I take profits when the market go high. I don't sell all the stocks. I could sell 50%, I could sell 70%, it depends. If I knew that something's going to happen, that the market's always going up and down throughout the whole year. So this situation I always wait for it. So I put my money in, maybe back to my cash value life insurance, or I put it in high yield savings account. And when the market goes down again, I take the money I use to buy stock, make the 5%. So that way, our target is you should be able to make 20% in your money every month. 20% every month. Or let's say, to be conservative, 10 to 20%. So if you can make 10% every month, you are good. That means you can double your money within a year. Okay? In another video, we're going to be showing how you can from $100, you can make $1 million within a year. From $100, we're going to have a special video on that. So, but today, just enjoy the market. If you're new, I will advise that you just study the market. Okay? Study the market. You can go to cnbc.com and just study the market. That is, if you don't have a trading account, a stock brokerage account. Just study the market. Here you see my portfolio. I have like I would say about 40 companies right here in my watch list. I call it 2024 strategy. I change my strategy from time to time. I modify this list from time to time. And I'm going to trim this list further very soon. So a good buy here is the Russell 2000. I use IWM for Russell 2000. That's another good buy. So, and like I told you, I do SPY, QQQ, which represents the NASDAQ 100, DIA, which represents Dow Jones Industrial Average, IWM, which represents the Russell 5000, okay? So those four, as a beginner, you are good. You are good. When you study the market, you see that all of them don't go down at the same time. But today is special. Today is bad news for everybody. So everything went down. So as you buy SPY, you can buy QQQ. That one is down too. It's now 448. On the eye level, you can see QQ went to what? In the last 20 days, 505. 505. So we're talking about almost 56 movements. So the 56 divided by 505. And this can go up within a week. That is 11%. 11%. It's riskier than SPY, but this can give you a better result than SPY. Like I see, this is a 20-day chart I just showed you. And when you look at IWM, it's at 208 right now. The year high is 228, which is not bad. So that's 20. So if you take 20 divided by 208, that's giving you 9%, 9.6% result. So that's even giving you better than SPY. And this can happen within a week. Not a guarantee, of course, you might stay 1 month sometimes, you might stay 1 week sometimes. That's the risk you get as a stockbroker. But you are not really taking a risk. It's just that there will be a delay in making your money. So instead of making your 5% per week, you might end up making maybe 4% per week or 3% per week. Or instead of making 20% per month, you might end up making 10% per month. Which is far better than making 6% or 7% per year. We'll see it when we apply it through 72 to it in some other video. We'll see how your money can climb so fast. How you can become a millionaire with just $100. Yeah, it's possible. In any case, I'm going to be rounding up right now. I just want you to enjoy the market today. I'll see you next time. And thank you. Like I said, I asked to put your questions on the chat, right? Let me see if I have some questions. Oh. I'm sorry, I'm looking for my Zoom. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing right now. All right. Okay, thank you for those questions. We'll address these questions later, okay? All right. In the meantime, enjoy your day and good trading or investing today, okay? Just be calm. Everything's going to be well. The market is going to go up very soon. All right, I hope you enjoyed today. First edition of Trade and Business. And we're already talking about stock market. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. But I promise you, we're going to get to the fundamentals. Let me know what you want. Add in the comments on our YouTube channel, and we shall get to it. All right? Thank you. See you again, and God bless.